Hi. Welcome to PDF.co. For this video, I'll show you how to parse PDF data and send it to Slack channel using PDF.co and Zapier. Without further ado, let's start. Our first step would be to create a template for our document parser. Just click on Document Parser in your PDF.co dashboard to see the list of templates that you have. To create a template, click on the New Template. Here you can see some of our sample templates. We'll be using this sample invoice for our tutorial. We will extract the invoice number and send it to the Slack channel. To extract the invoice number, we'll be using the add field based on text search object. Let us change the name of our object into invoice number first. Next, we will type the exact word that we want to find. For this, type in invoice number, click on the insert macro and select the spaces macro. The invoice number is composed of digits, so we will use the digits macro. But since we only want those digits to be extracted, we need to type open parenthesis, question mark, open angle bracket, value, closed angle bracket, select the digits macro, and close parenthesis. Since we're using a macro, we need to check the regex checkbox. Don't forget to change the data type into integer. You can either click on test object or run the entire template. Since we're done creating our template, we will now save it. So we've successfully created our template that can extract the invoice number of our sample invoice. Let us now move on to the next step. We will now create a Zap in order to send our parsed data into a Slack channel. First, we will set up our trigger. I'll be using Google Drive as our trigger for this tutorial. You may use a different cloud storage for your trigger that has a similar trigger event. For our trigger event, we will select New File in Folder. This way, every time there's a new file added to your Google Drive folder, it will automatically trigger this Zap. Then connect your Google Drive account. After connecting your Google Drive account, select My Drive in the folder which contains your PDF files, then click Continue. You will then be asked to test the trigger to check if there are files inside your Google Drive folder. We will now set up the action. Choose PDF.co as the app and Document Parser as the action event. Connect your PDF.co account that you'll be using with Zapier. For the input, you'll need to provide the URL of your source file. To get the link of the source file inside the Google Drive folder, you need to type Web Content Link. That will give you the link of the source file inside your Google Drive folder. Then type in the template ID that you're going to use for the document parser, then click Continue. You can then test and review that action. As you can see, the invoice number has been extracted from our sample invoice. Now, let's add another action for Slack. Select Slack as the action app and select Send Channel Message as the action event. Next, select a Slack account that you'll be using with Zapier. Under Setup Action, select a Slack channel where you want to send the automated message. Then, insert the extracted text into the message text box. To do this, click on the PDF.co data, Show All Options, and select Body Object 1 value. You can also set some other options if you want to. Then click Continue. You can then test and review the action. After it returns as successful, it would look like this in Slack. That's all for this video. You can check some of our other tutorials on our YouTube channel or on our website. Thank you for watching.